All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see our people already and in the chat for this Ready to Love Philly reunion. My name is Christal XO. I, of course, am one half of tonight's conversation. Actually, I am pajama Christal XO tonight. I got my PJs, my comfy PJs on because I wanted to be comfortable for tonight's conversation. Of course, the other half of this conversation is my man right here, Scorpio Moe. What's good? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Crystal. Happy Friday, chat. What's going on?
The chat is here.
I see.
The chat is here. I love it. Welcome, friends. Welcome, family.
Welcome.
Man. Before we got a lot to talk about. Tonight's episode was good, but before we get into that, I want to say thank you again to Tay for hanging out with us yesterday.
Absolutely.
We had a really good time. Hey, Sean, welcome back. Welcome back, Sean. We had a good time with Tay yesterday. What were your thoughts on just the overall interview after you kind of had time to process it?
I would say that she was more likable. Not that she wasn't likable.
Mm-hmm.
I see why, the guys gravitated to her and her energy. And she was a little nervous at first, but she relaxed and she got into it. Did you get the DM?
I got several DMs. You mean DM from her?
From her.
I did not get a DM from her.
Oh. Well, she was thinking, she was super excited. It's her first interview, and she's going to repost it.
Okay.
For us, and she was just very, very excited, and this was a new territory for her, but she had good energy. That's what I saw. It was just, I felt she was really being honest.
I did too. I felt like she was very honest. I felt like she was very sweet. Exactly kind of what I expected, but I did appreciate also that she cleared up, number one, that Tommy's comments weren't going to sway her either way. I did like that. And I also like the fact that she talked about, I posted that in the shorts today. She talked about the fact that she does not want, she's okay not going 50. She's okay going 50-50. And she did not want her spouse to feel a lot of pressure. I thought that was really dope. I thought that was dope. And I feel like, the chat's we've been giving her a hard time. People on social been giving her a hard time about being with someone that didn't have anything. But I respected her saying she's looking for love. And, she's okay with contributing to that. But she also wanted him to contribute to everything as well. So I thought she was really mature. I thought she was really sweet. And I think that she made the right choice for her. Because it's not like making a choice for other people for the pressure and then regretting it later. So I think she did the right thing. We still don't know if they are together. We all have our suspicions one way or not. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. I do want to say, the chat, the replay gang, y'all, some of y'all were really, really rough. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was kind of crazy. I feel like the replay game, like the people that were here, the live chat, we had a good time. Everybody, I think, appreciated her energy.
Right.
And she actually ended up apologizing to people on the replay gang. And I was like, you're not to apologize for. She's not a reality star. Like if somebody is too polished, that's probably because they're doing something else. She's just a real person. She's a CR. I can't think of the name of the position, but she's went to school for a long time, right up under a doctor. She's doing her thing. Like, y'all leave that girl alone. Replay gang, y'all be nice. Y'all be nice.
Be nice, y'all. Be nice.
She was apologizing for this, whatever they were saying. They were giving her a hard time. It's crazy. If you got to watch this broadcast to find something negative, you're probably on the wrong broadcast. You know what I mean? If this is not the YouTube channel. If you want to watch to pull out negative things then you should just go somewhere else. There's lots of YouTube channels. We don't do that here. So,
and it wasn't funny. Unless it's funny. And it was funny though.
Right, we do make allowances for funny jokes. You know, that's actually part of our friendship was based on funny jokes about each other. You know, he says I like cookies. I say he doesn't eat enough. It's funny, you know. Yeah. But anyway, let's get into tonight's. Let's get into this reunion tonight. I pulled this picture right here because this was the problem for the night. These two ladies, beautiful ladies, look very beautiful here at the reunion. I thought both of them looked very pretty. However, there were a lot of problems with both Rose and Angie tonight. Mm-hmm. And I just, you know, we're going to start with Angie because there's less ground to cover. There's less ground because with Rose, we're going to have to sit into this and get into it. I'm going to just jump into it. We started with the conversation about Angie and the busting the windows out the car. First of all, she cleared up that it wasn't windows in the car, but it indeed was windows in the house. Which is worse, in my opinion? If you bust the windows out of my house, I am in danger in a much different way than in the car. Did you pick that up? I was like, well, that is not helping this situation, Angie.
She thought it was going to have a different effect, and it made it worse.
It made it worse. It made it worse. You know, I'll tell you, I'm just going to start off by telling you guys this, what I was most disappointed in. You know, everybody, when they watch themselves, they get a chance to see what it looked like. Her own brother at the conversation when he met the guys, he even said, you could be scaring them, you know, by what you're saying. You could be scaring love off. And then Tommy said, do you see how what you're saying and how you're presenting could be scaring people off? He asked her if she had anything she needed to work on. And she had a hard time coming up with anything to say. And then she's like, maybe be more feminine. That is not. And then she said, you know, and I'm not saying that the guys don't have problems. I, for one, when she said it seems like the guys on this show want women to just be quiet, I kind of feel like in real life, most men just kind of want that out of women anyway. Do we have to acquiesce to that? No. But I mean, most women, there's this whole thing about men saying, what do I want? Food, sex, and silence. Most women do. I mean, most men do. However, that's not saying that that's the issue. And then second of all, what are you saying? And why can't you find no type of accountability at all? None at all. So not only did she not find any accountability or take any accountability through the entire through the entire season and to the reunion, but she also was ready to start mess with Rose. Like, she immediately was ready to turn up and ran up on Cam after some hearsay without asking, when you could see that person, Rose, had a lot of, you know, she was a sniper tonight. Angie got pulled into that and was basically used to go after somebody and take them down. And it was just very, it was very disappointing. And it just proved that I'm glad Hussein excused himself from both her and Rose at this point. But I just wanted to get from my perspective, Angie, out the way. How do you go through watching yourself a whole season almost a year later and you still don't understand anything that anybody was saying to you? That's wild.
Tommy gave her at least 2 outs, and it didn't register to her. You know, and this man had nothing. Tommy had nothing to lose or nothing to gain, and he was trying to say it in a respectful way because he understood what Cam said. A lot of people did, and they gave Cam a hard time. A lot of people, even people in this chat, was like, "Well, his whole point was not that you did it, but you don't see how that's wrong." And they keep saying matching energy. Did somebody bust the windows out in your house? That's not matching energy. You know what I'm saying? I get hurt is hurt and people respond different. But at some point after you do something like that, you have to realize what did you lose and what did you gain. And 9 times out of 10, you gain nothing. And you don't see that?
Yeah.
That's scary for a person to come in because I don't know what else could trigger you. If I didn't bust your windows, but you bust mine, I don't consider that. I mean, maybe y'all do consider that matching energy. I would say do the same thing. If he cheated, then you cheat. If that's the type of time you're on. But for her to not feel away, double down, and when the brother said, I caught this the first time and I was reminded watching it, and that should be a red flag for anybody when someone says to you like, they get bored fast. I watch out for any woman that say I get bored fast. I already know what that is. I already know what that is. You're gonna have to juggle and spin a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Keep them going, and you got to dance, monkey, dance. You got to keep, and it's like entertain me, and then because you don't know, you might chill, and you got to constantly be entertaining this person because they get bored. That's for me. That's gonna be one of my red flags on Wednesdays on one of the shows. Because I know when he said that, I was like, ooh, I recognize that, and he was warning the brother, and this is your brother doing this.
He was, and that's why I'm like, if your brother or your cousin says something to you, a family member, like, at what point are you not listening to your family? Like, that's crazy. And then even like with Tommy tonight, I just have never, like, last night we asked Tay, what have you learned? What did you see about yourself? She had a lot of things, like, and Angie just couldn't come up with anything. I just almost felt like I disliked her behavior worse tonight than I did on the season.
You know what happens though? I don't know if this is the case, but when they feel like, well, they still get men, they just feel like it's something wrong with the men that have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? Because that usually brings out, if they can continue to get men, then they figure there's no problem.
But see, this is a problem with that theory, my ladies. If you're getting men, that's different than keeping men.
Holla.
So if you're getting men, you're having intercourse, relations, that does not take any energy on their part. And if you guys remember, Hussein said to Tommy, that's the crazy thing. Men will do all this stuff, and I'm definitely not excusing them because there are issues on both sides. We'll get to that. But Hussein said, if with Angie, I'm not there, it would have been something to play, and I'm not trying to do that. So he acknowledged if I dealt with her, it would have just been for me to play, not to stay, and I don't want to do that. So I give him credit for that. But that also speaks to a lot of guys don't feel like that. So a lot of guys will play with it. They will have a good time. They will entertain you. And then you're angry. You don't understand why they don't want to stick around or why they don't want something more substantial, because they think the same thing. They just want to have some fun. And she's an attractive woman. She's not going to have any trouble getting a man. But there are a lot of men that that's not getting a man, that's attracting a man. That's true. Attracting a man, spending some time with a man, it's okay. Most people can do that. I don't think anybody can't do that. Some can attract them a lot easier because she is attractive, but
a flex to a man when you say that, because he knows most women that have a vagina can get a man. Hell, there's men in jail that get men. So we're not impressed that you can get somebody.
Yeah, there are men outside of jail that are dressed as women who also get men.
So that's not impressive. What's impressive is that, like you said, you keep them, you like how you act in front of your man, well, respectful and behind his back, like those things are impressive.
And I'm not saying you have to be in a relationship, but if everything that you're doing ends quickly and it's always toxic, it's you. It's you. If every single thing ends quick and it's always he ain't trying to act right, it's just because he don't want to be there. And as opposed to just telling you, these are the issues, he just bails out. So I mean, Angie, it wasn't too much. It wasn't too much to stick to tonight. Besides, she has some issues. She definitely isn't ready. I didn't feel like Angie should have been there as long as she was. To me, as soon as she said, I ain't gonna lie, this could be wrong. I could have been judging her too harshly. But when she said that she wouldn't let the baby daddy drive the car to the hospital, and she didn't understand why that was crazy, I was like, yeah, that's some different type of stuff right there.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Because I know, and those of us in the chat who have had children, you know what it feels like to have contractions. If you're so committed to being in control that you can't give somebody the opportunity to drive you to the hospital while you're in labor, yeah, that's deep. That's deep. That is deep.
About your character right there alone. Good point.
Sean said she fit the narrative of production is why she stayed as long as she did. I hope that, I get it. I definitely get it. And I hate that. But unfortunately, of the women that left, I ain't see too many that did not. It just, it was a lot going on this season. I think Tay was a favorite for a good reason. Let's just say that. Before we get to Rose, I just want to touch on Rocky because I was ill prepared to hear hold on. Armatic said, was anyone surprised Angie was kicking it with Khalil? No. Ironically, Khalil also spent a lot of time talking to Rocky.
That should have been a red flag.
Do I think that Khalil and Angie are going to end up in a relationship? No. Do I think that Khalil saw what the rest of the men watching this season saw? Yes, I do. I think he saw a woman that likes to have a good time, yes, and I think he acted accordingly. What about you? What are your thoughts on that?
A lot of dudes will, and that's what I'm thinking. Like a sensible dude that will stick around a sensible dude would not stick around, and he would see what's going on over there and say, I don't want no parts of that. If he does want parts of that, that means he's on that type of time too. And he doesn't come off that way.
Well, that's what someone said. Sheila said, I told y'all about Khalil. He likes a good old freak. Let's just be honest. I don't know if there are any guys that don't like a good old freak.
I was about to say that.
The years have taught me, because I used to think that, only certain guys like that. But then I realized they all kind of like it. It just is after a certain level of maturity, they realize, okay, that's it's not good for me. That candy is not good for me. But do they have an aversion to the taste? I don't think so.
We have to. It's healthy to go through the freak phase.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to let Mo go on his own.
But you find a older man falling for that and having to learn then, he might not recover. The younger dude goes through it, bounces back, realizes it's not about nothing if she's moving a certain way. But if you don't know and you've never experienced it, you might think that you're onto something. Past the night. Yeah.
So let's just, in plain English, what do you think that Khalil is doing with Angie?
I don't know, because like I said, I don't know the brother's past experience. He might be honestly thinking it could be something there, and it maybe it is. But a seasoned person would know that it's a couple people on there to stay away from.
Yeah, it's a lot on both sides. Can we go back to Rocky saying she threw a bowling ball at someone's head?
Once again.
She said that she and we did remember when you guys remember Angie. Rocky. She said she was she started talking about intimacy early on. It was just a lot happening with Rocky, and she definitely didn't fit. But when she said that she bust the windows out the car, and then she stabbed somebody with a fork. First of all, you don't admit those things on national television with cameras. And who does that?
I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't believe me. It's kind of normal. Like,
don't say that. Don't say that about Philly.
Up there between jail and when women get mad at you, they do those things. I haven't experienced, I know too many dudes in the South that, but up north, it's kind of common.
To stab somebody with a fork?
No, just to be violent or just as violent as you think a male could be. Like fight dudes, that whatever, jump people, all this wild stuff. And so I'm telling you,
I'm glad she went home. I felt bad for her, but statute of limitations or not, I would think that could be brought up in court later as character, character witness.
Dude that got the bowling ball, he's not going to press charge. That's another thing. They're not going to do that.
They're not.
They're just going to take it.
Edna says it's the East Coast thing. I told you I have a friend that he shot his ex and he hit her. The bullet hit her, but she didn't press charges. And they still remain cool.
They're gonna making this stuff up. I'm telling you.
They're not. That's crazy. But yeah, Rocky said, because that was one of the things that Tommy was like, who said this? And the funny thing is when they said about stabbing somebody, I mean, breaking the window, stabbing, and throwing the bowling ball, everybody thought it was Sahara. I'm not gonna lie. I even thought it might have been Sahara.
It very well could have been.
But it's funny because Angie and Sahara turned around and was like high-fiving her.
They're all in the same gang. I'm telling you. This is what.
Wild. I just wondered if anybody else saw that. I don't think. I will say, you know what? I like Khalil, but I will say this: there are some guys that like, and if you guys notice, because I talk a lot about alpha females on here, right? We talked about a lot about that with King's Court. A lot of men, specifically from the East Coast, which is why I used to always like guys from that area, they really don't have a problem with powerful women. They don't have a problem with accomplished women. And if you notice, the guys were very quick to clear Angie up and say it's not the strength, it's the other stuff. Like it's not that I'm trying to make you be shut up or be but it's the other stuff. Eddie tried to explain that to her. He was like, I actually like the strength, it's the other. And they just would not receive it. They would not receive it.
You would like to know that you got a woman that can handle herself. The problem is you think is like, in to a certain degree, I get it, but I don't need you to be strong in my presence. I need you to be strong in my absence. And that's what we like.
And maybe just not, because there's a difference between strong and just batshit crazy. I mean,
right.
You know, that part. But my point with Khalil, some guys they see that there could be some hurt causing that, right? And they like to save them or try to. Khalil seems to have a more calm personality, and women like that do need a yin and a yang. They do need a more calm person. So even though I can't imagine him taking Angie seriously, if anybody was going to try, I can see somebody like Khalil because he's very laid back. I also want to point one other thing out that I don't know if the women were paying attention to.
Oh, Lord.
No, this is a good thing that women need to be aware of. Deanna, you remember when Deanna confronted him and she was like, I mean, I need to see what you're doing. I mean, if you're trying to make a move, she was just all up in that energy. Yeah. So how surprised was she and everybody else to hear how attracted he was to her and how much he liked her? Sometimes just because a man isn't doing what you think he should be doing, the script that you've written out from him does not mean that he's not attracted to you. So all that stuff she was doing, that man was really into her. He was talking about how good she looked. If she had have just been a little less confrontational, then who knows what could have happened. But that allowed him, even he said he forgot about that. Probably because it was too confrontational. And next week we will talk about this wig and this get up. I don't have the energy to do it today because we got to get to Rose. But I just want to say,
we got one more before Rose, right? Because Rose is the finale.
Rose is the finale. But I'm saying we can't talk about Deanna We can't talk about the wig. It's not in this picture. We can't talk about the wig and the dress, but I will be back to that next week.
No. What's the name? Fritz.
Oh, Fritz. Yeah. But we're definitely going to get to that. But I just meant I don't want people to think that we're not going to talk about Deanna and the outfit, because I just was very concerned about that. Let's talk about, were you surprised to see Fritz with Shanice?
Hell yeah. You little sneaky devil. I knew he was sneaky.
Well, we did know he was sneaky.
Fritz, I knew. I didn't know with her, but I just knew he had sneaky energy.
He has sneaky energy. But do you remember that? I don't think we saw that. We saw that clip where he was saying to jump in the pool with him, and then she laid on top of him and they jumped into the pool. I wouldn't have done that.
Here's the thing, man. In these situations, right, when things are over and calm down, and maybe you got kicked off, maybe you're a person that you were really feeling, people start paying attention to other people.
Yeah.
Second and third, you try to see what's there, and then the cameras are away.
Especially people that seem willing.
And then that part, and then it's like you start to develop something that you have in common, and that is this experience.
Yes.
Exchange numbers. Everybody's exchanging numbers. It's just not your likes. It's everybody. And you calm down, the cameras are away, and then you start reflecting, and that's why you hear so many people be like, he called me, they called me. You hear all this because men, I don't know if women do it, but men start backtracking and making the rounds. It's like the guy that goes to the club, and when the lights come back on or it's about to close and they turn the lights off and people slow and they see guys making their move. That's the last resort. These are the stragglers at this point. They didn't necessarily want you, but they don't want the night to go to a bus. And that's what this reminds me of. It's like, did you really, brother? Did you really?
I don't believe Fritz when he said that's my woman. I don't believe him.
Man.
I think, this is what I think. I think Shanice is she just wants to be loved, as everybody does, but anybody who gets naked on the first date and does a date where people are painting on them naked, she's quick to get naked, right? She's quick to be physical. She led with that. And Fritz is excited and infatuated with alternative lifestyles. He can say that he's not poly and he wouldn't do poly, but he is excited and intrigued with things that are over the top, right?
Okay.
So I feel like with her, and most women are not going to get naked on a first date and take someone's hand and put it on their naked body. That's very forward. It's very forward.
It's a lot of forward women out there.
It is, but I'm saying that is, I'm sure, to a person like Fritz, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. But you want to wait till hey man, I respect it. I get it.
Yeah. Somebody said Cisco led with his body too, and did. And we asked A about that yesterday, and she said she was a little thrown off. But yeah, I think that their connection is physical. I think Fritz is, because he's an intellectual. He kind of reminds me of like a Marceau. And I don't see him and Shanice. I saw someone say earlier that she's into her career, but I don't necessarily believe her as much as I feel like when she kind of just fell apart. She was doing a lot. I'm not believing it. Praying for people and taking off your clothes and then acknowledging you were homeless a couple of times. It's just a lot going on. It's nothing.
I know when Tommy told her to the other lady to move and she come over.
Yeah.
She was right here.
She was happy to be there.
No, but she got, how do I say this?
Just say it.
she has a big face, and it was like right here. And he was like, this my big. I was like,
for other women with big faces, let me just say, we need love too. Okay, we need love too. But she just, I don't know. Now, the fact that she went at Cam all because of Fritz was wild to me.
I'm glad you said. Once I forgot about that. Yet, okay. So here's the thing: if you already got your man, what's the point?
What's the point?
You calling him out and you're defending. Let that man speak for himself. If he felt still threatened, now this is months later, year later, and you still feeling like, I don't know. I think with certain people walk in the room, old feelings just come up, and people start having a reason to jump out there. I really, I believe it. That's the wild part. I do believe it. And
but let me ask you this. This is what I think. I think Cam was flirting, but I don't think Cam was not really into her. Because if he was into her, she would have been a connection. He definitely would have had no problem making her a connection, but he wasn't into her like that. He was talking on the phone because a lot of these guys, specifically guys that are, guys that are not locked into anything, I'm going to see just as much as I can get. I'm going to see what I can get. He is sneaky. We've always known Cam was sneaky. The fact that he was asking her who he should pick is wild, but I don't think he was really interested in her. When she said, the funny thing is, she should have been insulted. When she said she was going to Spain, and he said, you should let me be your boy toy. First of all,
he wasn't lying. He wasn't joking. He was serious. Trust me.
But I'm just saying a boy toy is like perfect physically and younger. And I'm just saying that if you're going to say boy toy, then I expect you to be looking a different way. They're not saying that he's not attractive. He did look good in his suit, but boy toy, nah, baby boy, that's not it. You are not the boy toy.
Looking at, he gets attention from his body. So that's what he was probably more referencing.
But she gets attention from her body too.
No, but who's she gonna be with herself? No, he was saying male company, look at this body, boy toy. Something to play with. Not something to stay with.
Yeah, that's what, so she was like, well, you were asking me to come. I'm like, girl, he was just trying to holler and get some on the side. He wasn't trying to really be with you like that.
Hey.
As Bossy D said, Cam was trying to get flued out. Exactly. That's exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to get flued out, perform a little bit, and head on back, but he never took her seriously.
Because on that type of thing, you put it out there and you wait for the response. You don't follow up. So you can leave it open to say what he said, the joke.
Yeah, I think he was dead serious, but he was like Nelly says, I'm just playing unless you're going to do it. So, but I don't think he was really interested in her.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, somebody mentioned Coley, and we're not going to talk about Cisco tonight, but I did want to share something because Coley's hair, it bothered me on the show. It bothered me at night. What the hell is happening? It's almost like it's like she is such a pretty girl to be doing so many things to go against that. It's crazy. But I just want to show you guys that we talked a lot about Cisco trying to be a movie star. I don't know if that's a new wig or what, but this is Coley and Cisco have joined forces on a commercial. So I thought this would be a nice thing for us to watch halfway in, just to see something, and then we could talk about that and get to Rose.
Yes, I have a.
She is so awkward and out of place. She is.
That was the funniest thing. First of all, the hand that brought the drink in, they were just overdoing it. And then when they at the end, she was shaking it. That was hilarious. Cisco is sexy, but definitely wasn't there for love. I will say I didn't want Cisco to have a shirt on. I never think there is an opportunity for you to wear a crushed velvet with no shirt underneath it.
Like those dudes, man, just always like people can see that you big, bro. Like you don't have to. There's a lot of dudes that just do like they see like. I don't know.
You don't have to ever put crushed velvet against skin. We don't need to do it. It's not right. It's just not necessary. You know, you can be attractive, but you don't have to have all of this out in the middle.
He is 5 from being a Chippendale. I'm telling you.
That definitely, one of my friends said that he definitely was dressed to attract the Tyler Perry casting agent to put him in one of those shows.
You go.
If it's gonna be Sisters or Bruh. But Cisco will definitely be there. I don't think Tommy told him to take off any shirt. I think he came like that. I think he has a stylist from Atlanta that is probably a part of the LGBT community that told him to wear that. I ain't like it. Anyway, let's move on to the topic of the hour. Mo, I'm gonna let you start because we saw that these two ladies this evening showed us how a woman can a beautiful woman, right, can allow her toxicity, if not checked, to go haywire. So I'm gonna let you start, and then I'll pick up where you leave off.
When the camera first pans to her, you see the face, the rested face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from then I knew it was just all bad, the energy. And every time they showed her, she tried to, even her brother was like, you know, her sitting next to Hussein, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she wouldn't let the man say what he needed to say. And then when she did try to apologize. She did try. She said, well, I was wrong, you were wrong. But then she backtracked again. And it seems like whoever walked in the room that she dealt with, she brought up problems. And I think the biggest thing was she had no one at the end. Now, am I not mistaken? Hussein was her number one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, because I got confused that I didn't get confused, but something else came up at the end with Cam that we all know. And I was like, well, if Hussein was your number one, and I'm pretty sure this didn't happen after the show.
It happened after the show. She said that after the show is when her and Cam hooked up. And she couldn't wait. She could not wait to squash, because Tommy was trying to get Cam and Sahara back together because Sahara had blocked him. And then Rose was like, well, be careful, Sahara, because after the show, he and I tried to date. That was what she was just trying to throw salt. She is the epitome definitive of a woman scorned.
But I will say, once again, when I was telling you the double back and reaching out to everybody, I don't know. I would assume Cam reached out to her. I could be wrong.
I bet she reached out to Cam. I think Rose, women have egos too.
Okay.
And I think Rose came on this show feeling like she should have been able to take the guys that she wanted. She always felt like she was better than the other females. If you guys remember all the little comments she's saying, she tries to present like she knows how to be that perfect woman to give a guy what he needs. And it didn't work. People saw through it. She kept saying, oh, well, you know, I know that you don't talk to your connections like you talk to me. And even the other, she said that in the lounge with Tommy. And the other girls were like, well, how do you know what we talk about? That energy, I feel like she was so upset because you guys, if you remember when Cam sent her home, she said for them to do me like this, she was pissed that both of them didn't choose her. Rose wanted both Zane and Cam to pick her.
Just like when we talked about the bag incident.
Yes.
The bag incident, and she did buy Cam the shirts.
She did.
Okay.
But she bought him the shirts to throw him off the fact that she was spending the night with Hussein. She thought that she was smarter. And I'm thinking, like, this is what I be telling women all the time. You cannot play a man's game better than a man. You got to play a woman's game. And she was trying to play like the dudes. she was trying to keep everybody excited about her till the very end. And the fact that they saw through it, she got pissed. Felicia said, Rose said, I'm leaving here with something. Like Giselle, I'm leaving here from something. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. So I feel like she wanted to go back and get Cam because she was upset. Because even like, look at this, what happened tonight. She argued back and forth on the couch with Hussein like she still wanted to be with him. But obviously you didn't, because you was over here looking at condoms in the trash with, and using condoms with Cam.
Here's the kicker. Hussein, did you hit? Because if you didn't hit and he hit, and I was your number one, I ain't gonna lie, I feel a little way about that.
I feel as though, and not to count that woman's, I feel as though whatever she had did with Hussein, she had did with Cam. Because why you still sitting up here? She's sitting up here almost in tears going back with Hussein just to hear later, for the sake of an argument, that you and Cam have been having sex and been going out. That was crazy to me. And I don't know if they filmed the segments in the way that it played, but she looks wild. All in 45 minutes, you are going back and forth with Hussein. And then there's this whole dating thing with Cam that came out afterwards, and they still didn't stay together. So obviously you did all that, and then you're trying to tell on Cam. Why are you telling on everybody? First of all,
because ain't nobody gonna be happy if I can't be.
That was her energy. She tried to turn Angie against Cam. Rose was wild tonight.
Hey,
she came in angry.
We forgot about how she tried. This is the part that made me mad. I called you on this part.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so they played the clip back.
Yes, they did.
When she did say that,
she still lied.
And she still lied.
She still lied.
And everybody
still to this day at the reunion was still doubling down on the fact that, first of all, and then even the situation with Kiera saying it, well, if she told the guy, that had nothing to do with me. All right. She said that and then Hussein was talking to her in calm tones. He tried to explain to her that because she had all the opportunities to tell him off camera. That man told you, and I forgot about this because they showed it tonight, that he was in a group home. He told her a lot of his hurtful, painful, traumatic past, right?
He do. This is why men don't. This is exactly why. I'm glad we saw this.
I cannot believe.
This happens all the time. This is why men don't open up.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When she said, Hussein, why was your problem with my baby daddy when you've been in jail? I thought she had come across some information outside of the show. You are taking a situation that he told you and throwing it out in his face publicly to humiliate him? All because he didn't pick you? Wow.
No man was shocked by this. They were mad.
I was shocked.
But this happens all the time. It's just that we don't see it. And then the woman goes out and some women go out and put their story out first, and they don't tell the whole thing, and the man is left on defense.
That was crazy.
On something that's not even, he's told you that, and you use it against him like he never told you.
That's something like, you got this from him? And then you're going to put it out there, and then all that really made you look worse, because it proves that he was vulnerable with you, and you chose not to be vulnerable with him. If anything, it makes you look even worse.
Because if any other time, whether the other girl said it or not, that was the time to say your stuff about your ex.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he did not humiliate her. Somebody said he humiliated. He did not humiliate her. Hussein was a gentleman with everybody all the time. He did not humiliate her at all. He tried to explain to her what it was that he had a problem with, and then when it didn't, he let her go. And then Cam was the one that actually told her that. But Tommy asked Hussein in that in that men's lounge, was it a deal breaker for him? And he said yes, because of the fact that they were so far gone and she didn't tell him. But the fact that she came so angry and nobody did anything to you but not pick you. Nobody did anything to you but not pick you. For you to come at guns blazing, ready to take people down. You were ready to take both Cam and Hussein down, and you doubled back and went back to Cam. So obviously he's not that bad. Hell, the way you were talking on the sofa, you would have went back to Hussein. You just, if you can't be with him, you don't want nobody to be with him. And that's grimy, man.
Woo, this happens more times than y'all. Man, look.
I did not like it. Even if she did, and I mean, even if her and Hussein were intimate, you still didn't have any right to come back trying to hurt him like that. And obviously you weren't that hurt because you double backed into Cam. And just like Sahara was upset with Cam, and we all can say we support Sahara standing up for herself. Well, Rose was trying to keep Cam and Hussein the whole time too. She literally said both of them sent her home. Both of them. For them to do this to me, you know what it reminded me of? Denzel in Training Day. When the criminals finally turn, you gonna do this to me? King Kong ain't got no. Like, Rose really felt like she was that chick. And how dare them kick me off? And then just to prove it, she spin the block with Cam. And the way she was talking and crying with Hussein, and then gonna put his business out in the street, then gonna try to tell Angie something crazy about, like, I really, and last night Tay said that was her girl. And there were a lot of girls, there was a lot of like women sisterhood in the reunion tonight, right?
That's the problem right there. And I'll say I'm a girl's girl and all, like, and Tay knew that yesterday because this reunion been taped. It's like, because they're females and maybe they've been hurt before, they'll let them get away with BS. And I'm just like, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, it was very wrong, but I feel like Tay probably knows more about it and probably feels bad for Rose. Because a lot of times what girls will tell their friends, wait a minute, birds of a feather. I wasn't trying to say that.
Yes, she was.
What women know wasn't. What women will tell their friends is the hurt and crying side. But baby girl, you can't be crying about both of them. So you're going to have to pick which one. Which one hurt you that bad?
That's the thing. I told you this. I said men are more likely to tell their homeboys the whole story. But women to women, just to face the fact that it makes them look bad as a woman, I don't even think a lot of times they tell their homegirls the whole truth.
Yeah.
Sucks. Maybe their sister. And that sucks just on the simple fact that it makes them look bad.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because I know for me, I know a lot of girls that will not tell me the truth, but they'll tell another one of our friends. And they'll be like, I don't want to say it to Christal because they think that I'll judge them.
See?
But then that means you're wrong. I'm going to say wrong is wrong. I'm still your friend, but wrong is wrong. If you don't want to hear that you're wrong, that's on you. But Rose was at everybody. It almost feels like the female that's miserable and wants everybody else to be miserable too. Because why were you talking about Fritz? Why would you tell Angie that Cam said bad stuff about her? Like, what did you get out of that? But most importantly, the Hussein thing. When I heard, because of course they put that clip out, right? So I thought that she found out, she did some detective work on Hussein, and she found out, but this dude told you. He told you his hurtful story. He's been through a lot of trauma, and you gonna take that and try to throw it out. You never even acknowledged that. You kept standing on that same, well, I don't even, out of sight, out of mind. No, not out of sight, out of mind. You're getting to know a person. This man told you that when he was younger, he was in a group home. That's out of sight, out of mind, but he still told you that. He still told you what he went through when he was younger. So the fact that you listened to all of that, you listened to other people doing that, and you left it out, and then you threw it out. And he made a very good point when he said that she threw it out when he was with his friends, and then she looked at him and like, we'll talk about it later. let people know, let him know that you knew that wasn't right.
Right. Hey, man.
Oh,
That's why you got to be careful.
hold on. There's some information in the chat. I must put up on the screen because I did not see this. Where is Sheila? Sheila says, I hope they show the clip of Angie trying to get a threesome with Cam and the waitress. What digital clip is that?
What?
What digital clip is that? However, I would not be surprised because we know that Hussein's friend, who is a swinger and a poly, did know Angie from her bartending at their events. So I would not think that a threesome would be outside of Angie's talents or abilities, you know?
Now, what I will say is, like, but once it feels funny, right? Because I know on the last Grade of Love, there was a situation where a guy fell out. He didn't fall out with the guy that slept with his number one, but he fell out with the number one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I missed that clip. There really was a clip.
Huh?
There really was a clip. I missed that. I'll bring that for next week of Angie trying to have a threesome with Cam. Jesus help us. Jesus help us. Maybe that's why Cam said he should be a boy toy, because he knew the lady, he got what the ladies like. Jesus help us.
Most guys respect it. If we be like, yo, you did what you did, I'm not mad at you because she gonna do what she want to do, and I'm not with you, I'm with her type thing.
Right.
But the women that don't really go down that same way.
Well, no, but I mean, the women tonight, they were really not on each other. It really was more of trying to get with each other to strike out at the guys.
Yeah, but you still playing dirty though.
Yeah, very, very dirty. Cam said if he would have an open relationship, he would let his woman know about it. Cam is sneaky, and any relationship he gets in is probably going to be open.
I mean, it's out there now, so he done said it.
Yeah, I do want to interview Rose. If anybody out there wants to put that out, we would love to interview Rose. I will tell you guys now, we need to get the likes up, and then we're going to let you guys know who, not on Monday. We have the second interview is on Tuesday that we're excited about. We got to get the likes up so we can share with you guys who the second interview is. We have some more coming, but we have one on Tuesday that I'm excited about this one. But I do want to interview Rose because between that poem and the bowling ball and the fork, I got questions. No, the chat will not tear her up. They just need to not look at the chat when they're on. Because poor Tay. What were your thoughts about just the other people that we didn't get to see anything from some of the other casts, but we did see Eddie talk a little bit about his perspective of Rocky. Yes, I want to interview Rocky. Rose, I don't know. Rose probably won't come because of what I done said, but she was wrong. So I'm always gonna say, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Rocky is who I want to talk to.
Yeah,
the fork, the bowling ball, and that poem.
Yeah, exactly.
She would definitely. We will have a good time. I'm gonna reveal. We're gonna reveal in just a bit. We just need to get the likes up. Make sure that you like this. Make sure that you like this broadcast, and once we get the likes up a bit, we will definitely reveal who we are talking to on Wednesday. Because I'm
going to be scattered out all the way until the next. Just so y'all know, to the next reunion. So we got more. Yeah, we got more coming, but we got to get the likes up. I still think Eddie got a raw deal. I do too. I think Eddie got it. And I feel like. Well, I feel like I liked when he was honest about liking a woman that's strong, not being afraid of that. But Eddie's outfit, why did somebody say that he looked like he was wrapped in a plaid knit blanket? Oh my God, that made me laugh so hard because it kind of does. Y'all see it there?
It does look like one of, I mean, that is like a lumberjack shirt. He does not look like he's at the same, he don't look like he's at the same event as everybody else.
He might be a little young on the dress code.
Young? I don't think young is the right word. Like,
because a grown man coming to that is going to be dressed a little bit more, you know.
I would have rather he just took. Now he should have took that jacket off and just had his shirt on. But he is a cutie, and I do feel like he definitely, if anybody was going to look horrible, wear something horrible, he at least, you know, made it look halfway decent. The guy on the end, remember, he went home very quickly. He went home quickly. I remember his hairstyle more than him. Yeah, they did not. That
was the older brother.
What's happening? They did not strategize the eliminations at all. Are you gonna come say hi, or what are you doing?
Oh.
Gun bosses, they can't see you, babe.
Oh. Hello, everyone.
What up?
What up? What up?
He's eating a delicious meal that I cooked, Mo. I know Mo tries to say that I cannot cook. No, you tried me the other day.
Listen, I ain't the one to eat.
Gun boss. What?
Just like you told him earlier, he needs cookies.
I know. I see he needs to eat. Period.
And he needs something else for him.
See, you see that? You see how the husband is eating.
Hey.
People can't see you, babe. Your head is cut off. That's not happening.
Here you go, Mo.
Hey.
That's right here. Put some meat on your bones.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He's trying it. He's trying it, baby.
Y'all trying it.
And hair on your head.
I made greens and baked chicken and some mashed potatoes. And it's for the meat on the bones. Just some tender greens and all that good stuff. But no, Mo tries it with the cooking, but I feel like he should eat. He feels like I should stop. All good. But yeah, I thought Eddie went home too fast. I think collard greens are my favorite to make. Sahara's hair and makeup was a mess. Let's talk about
I don't, because I felt like, hey, did you get that I sent you? We talked about.
Oh yeah, but I can't play it. But yeah, we did. What is the girl's name that you like? The one that said she was 35. That what is that girl's name? Y'all tell us what that girl's name is. The girl that said that she was 35 years old. And
that was another thing. Okay, so her age. And this is when I'm playing the games.
Yes.
Asked you denied it. Then it was on camera and you still denied it. Like, what the F is going on?
She did. Then she said, well, nobody asked me. He said, well, I'm asking you. And then she didn't want to answer it still. Then tonight they got into an argument about it. And she's like, well, he explained very, very carefully that the reason that he was asking is because he doesn't want to have kids right off. And that if he was with a woman that was true. Yeah, obvious. I should have known. True. We did not get into the truth about True today. But if he wants to have children, no, she said 35.
She did say 30, which was, I don't believe it was true. Now she did look more 35, even though she's not. I don't believe. She did look a little younger on this.
She looked a little younger tonight than on the show. She did. But he said he just 45. No, she said 35.
He did say 35.
He said 35. I don't know if she's really 45, but that's what a few people in this chat said, that she had to be 40. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I know 45 when they see it.
I didn't see the hands, but I did get a peep of the neck.
What exactly did you see from the neck, Mo?
I saw when she turned to the right, it got baggy a little bit. It's not important. I would saw the hands though, I would have definitely could tell you. See the neck, they give it away.
Kiara's man is dressed nice tonight. I'm happy for Shanice. Yeah, Rose said she felt like she was played like an MFer. That was wild. I'm telling you, Rose was talking on ego tonight.
You played yourself. That's how you was played. Stupid.
Yeah, Rose.
Oh, my bad, not stupid, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It was somebody said something about.
I did see the neck, Tammy. Go back and watch it.
She said you didn't see it.
I did see it.
You did not see it. She's still, again, another woman who took no accountability, had no growth at all. She did not acknowledge, because she was argumentative with every guy she went out with. From Naeem, and Naeem is so nice. It's weird to see how you could be argumentative with him.
But because she plays the games, and she thinks that, I don't know, because she's a school teacher, she thinks she's smarter than everybody else in the room.
I think she does.
And I'm just like, yo, do you realize what you're saying is element? Come on now. The man saw it at first, and she was like, so what if it was, call that number? And then she got on saying it wasn't a Google number. It was only one number. Like, stop.
Yeah, she lied. Because when she was there, she was like, well, I don't know you. Y'all are all strangers. Then tonight she says, he made up that whole thing in his head. What? What? On camera, you said that you guys are strangers. I don't know you. And you made an excuse of why you gave him a Google Voice number. Now tonight, you said, he just made up that whole story. I don't know what he's talking about. What?
Cameras.
Put the Cat Williams face up. What? Jesus. I want people to show. You guys know this. Those of you that have been around since I started this channel, we started with Ready to Love Atlanta. Every year, every season, I ask people, how did they start? What was their dating life like before? And what did they learn? This season, on the first half of the reunion, none of the women learned anything. That is wild.
It means they're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah. Except Tay. I mean, and I'm not going to say birds of a feather flock together, because I think Tay has a soft spot for her friends. But her friends don't deserve it. That's just that her friends don't deserve it. But yeah, true. I was hoping, because she did have such a nasty attitude with everybody. There she is. She looks nice. She looked really nice tonight. I don't know if the fur was necessary, but she did look very nice.
You know, she showed her age. There you go, right there. There you go.
Not nobody else had on fur. One of my friends said that she looked like she was going to an old AKA meeting.
This is where she showed her age. You ain't no 35 lady.
No disrespect to the AKAs.
But come on now.
Bless her heart. I just wanted her to have I wanted her to come back and be nice, so that we would feel like, okay, she should have stayed longer. But the way she left, and then the way she came tonight, I'm glad that she left. And I do think I used to use the Google Voice number as a precaution, but don't deny it. Just say yes.
But here's the thing. These are those type, because not all the women are like that, but whether it be Rose, whether it be True, whether it be Angie, they'll be the ones telling other women or getting on social media saying that there are no good men, this, that, and the other. Like, first, you got to be good first. And then you could have that argument or whatever. But we're seeing, not in real time, but even to the fact that we get to the reunion and you're still on the same thing, and you're going to go back out there and you're doomed to repeat it. Like, we all can sit back after a relationship and do some self-inventory and be like, all right, even though this person might have cheated, what could I have done to maybe prevent that, or just be a better person? Sometimes it's not even about what happened between you and them. It's just bettering yourself.
Absolutely. Every single time. It's a lesson. And I think that was refreshing to hear Tay say that last night. Everything, if either love me or it's a lesson. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. That person probably wasn't for you. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a Google Voice number. I had one when I was dating, and I would definitely when I was online, but then just say it. But lying about it, now that's a whole nother issue. The fact that
you know how you feel like an idiot? Like I've called and it was like, please state your name. And he'd be like, Mo. And they come on and be like, you're receiving a call from
Mo.
Oh, I go maybe twice after that. If you don't give me the real number, I'm not doing it. I'm cool.
I mean, I probably would. I've given a person a Google Voice number, but she lied about it tonight, Nola. She said that Naeem made the whole thing up. That's what I was like, why would you say that? And even when he asked her about it, I think she could have explained it. I think most men would understand that, as a woman, you want to be careful, because really, if a person puts in your phone number, sometimes they can find your address and all kinds of things. So I understand giving a person a Google Voice number. I just don't understand the problem. I'm going to say it again, Nola, because I love you. She lied tonight. They asked her about the Google Voice number, where that happened, and she said that Naeem got the whole thing up. She didn't know what he was talking about. So, and they have camera. I mean, they have footage of her, the whole interaction.
When she said, it don't matter, you still didn't call.
Yeah, and then she said, y'all are strangers. So why would I give a stranger my number? Okay, all right, now we got the truth is, you did not want to give a stranger your real number. Now tonight she says that wasn't the case. He made the whole thing up. What? Come on, it's a stupid story. It's stupid. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. Even if he didn't want to do it, he didn't have to. But he obviously was interested in her. He felt some kind of way about it. It's a lot of times it's how you respond. If somebody asks you a question, it's how you respond. Even with Khalil, when he asked how old she was, it was her response. She just didn't say the age. Or even if she said, well, you know what, I'm a little self-conscious. Maybe, I mean, it's how you respond. When you respond defensively or like you're upset with the person asking you the question, it gets worse. It gets worse.
It does. But they don't. This is what I'm saying. It's part of it is all, I'm telling you, if part of it is our fault for gassing, putting some women on pedestals because they feel like, well, I'm cool. Somebody else likes it. Somebody else deal with it. We all got to band together, man, saying we ain't having certain things. That's the only.
We're not gonna band together because men are always gonna go after what if they see something they like, they're gonna have different rules for that. So y'all are not gonna band together.
That's the problem.
Let that go right now. Get that out your head right now.
Problem.
Yeah. DC said Khalil's hair was disturbing. I just want to say that I told Mo, you guys who watch the channel, you guys know I just got my hair locked earlier this year. I don't want to date a man who we wear the same hairstyles. And I kind of feel like the ponytails I've done that before, not with these, but with like with a fake ponytail, and then had the rubber bands on different parts to make that probably would have been something I put on my daughter, Nail Bell, when she was little. I just don't like the cutesy girl hairstyles. He's an attractive man. I understand that locks are versatile, but I just was a little concerned because I feel like if I went someplace with Khalil, we may wear the same hairstyle.
Are you mad? You might feel away because his look better than yours?
I don't think his would. Don't do.
You can.
Better than mine. What I'm saying is we should not have the brat hairstyle on a man. That does look like something the brat would wear. He does have his hairstyles look like Judy styled him along with Brat. But he's very attractive, but That's just not my thing, but it's okay.
It's okay.
All right. He wore something else one time. I was like, what is going on? He's very attractive though, but it's just yikes. Yeah. It's just like, I think dreads are something that, men can wear. They can do all kinds of stuff with them, but I don't know about making the ponytail look like something a Kardashian would do. I'm just saying.
So what about the guy that has his thing to the front?
I don't like the bang. I'm not into a bang. You know what? And just we're talking about locks, weird hairstyles that men wear with locks. On Love and Marriage Huntsville, both Nell's son and his godbrother had a lock ponytail pushed up to like how I did one time to make bangs.
What do you suggest they do to get it out their face?
I think a ponytail is good. A high ponytail, a low ponytail. I just don't know about
as a man that with no hair or whatever, had waves or curls or whatever. I would say a ponytail is feminine.
No, a ponytail is sexy. My baby wears a ponytail.
Okay.
Don't try that. Man buns are sexy.
No, I'm saying that's how people can. You see what I'm saying?
No, but a ponytail is always a great way. PC Serial Mom says, I thought Khalil was the best catch on the show, and I didn't mind his lock style, just the one on a reunion, which he did wear on our. I think that was the thing. The fishtail looks good too. Yeah, it's like a braid. I'm just concerned about something that looks like it needs barrettes on the end. That's the only problem. But I do like him. I do think he was a very good catch. One of my best friends, I was talking to her tonight, and we didn't get a chance to see. Kiara and Jay will see next week, but she said that Jay was the most attractive. Jay and Khalil were the most attractive men to her this season, and I think it was because of. I said, I think it was because of their attitude. This is a woman who is, she's learned a little bit. She understands. Yes, she said Jay because of his attitude and personality.
Okay.
She did say that he needs. Hold on. I'm going to read it. I just want to read it because I want to make sure you guys know I'm not lying. She did say this.
That best looking?
She said those were the ones those were her favorites, not best looking.
That's different.
She said he needs a haircut, a facial, and some antibiotics.
Yeah, that's different. The best couple you like. That is my, yeah. But
yeah, because I will say this. I feel like Jay has more husband energy than anybody else on the show. Jay and Shanice had the same makeup artist tonight. Ma'am, I didn't see that.
That's funny, by the way.
I did not see that, but yeah, I think she in the facial was the chemical peel. But I do feel like Jay is the one that has the most husband energy. I do.
Is that because he's with her, or
it's because of how he carries himself, how he talks?
Because I would give that to Hussein.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's easy to say Jay because he's with the chick.
That's not why I'm saying that. No, that's not why. But yeah,
easy for someone, not you, but just someone to say that. But
why would you say Hussein? Hussein, I do like him, and he looks very attractive tonight. But I feel like there's something else happening. The fact that the friends asked about sex drive, and he didn't feel uncomfortable with that. I just feel like that's not something friends should say the first thing that they think of when you sit down. Sheila said Hussein is poly adjacent. That is something.
That might be it.
That is something.
There's
something else there that I really feel like, to me, I think Jay is ready to be a husband. I think some of the other ones want to be a husband. I think they may not be particularly ready. And it makes sense because he was a husband. Khalil, I think Khalil is mature, and I think he would be the second one. Yeah. Why do you say that? He's not with anybody. I don't know why the girls didn't like him like that. That was weird to me. But the fact that he spent time talking to Rocky and is now talking to Angie may explain why.
There you go. That's what I was getting at. That's why I snickered. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's like, he wants to save him.
You see the way he looked at her, even she was surprised. Really? He wasn't even surprised he said that. I think he just said that for the room. That's what it felt. It didn't feel
like
real.
He said worse than Malik Yoba. First of all.
Whoa, that's a whole nother.
Did I send you that?
No, I've seen some stuff recently. I saw an interview. I'm like, whoa, since he was young, he said like 12 or something.
You see where he was made up?
I don't want to see that, but I heard the station was enough for me because I joked when it came out before.
Yeah.
I heard
that's one where he's in full drag.
I saw him come out and say out of his own mouth that he was attracted to them.
Yeah, he said that on a few things, but he's in full drag in this interview.
Ooh, I can't. Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to. Don't send that to me.
Bless his heart. But yeah, I don't want to compare. I mean, that may be something else that he's got going on, not like Khalil. We don't get that from Khalil. This is Malik Yoba, who used to be on New York Undercover. Yeah.
Cover for real.
That's funny. I never thought about that. New York Undercover for real. Man. But yeah, I don't see Hussein as a confident man. He still has a lot of insecurities, but he's working on. I feel like he's definitely working on it. I also feel like he is someone that is aware of his issues. That's one thing. I'm gonna say this season I saw the men as actually being more open and more honest than the women.
I just really think it's that neck of the woods. No, I don't think there were. I mean, there were pretenders. There weren't pretenders on lifestyle, their personal life. They might have been pretending in this thing, the show per se, to get someone or to try to figure things out. And sometimes they gamble till you feel like the right one because you don't want to make the bad decision, but you're still holding on to someone else. Those type of games. But I mean, who they are in their real lives, and they tell their stories. I commend them on that. Nobody's posing or fronting like their life is just this glamorous life. And
like in Texas, we had people saying that they were rich and wearing fake chains and stuff. We didn't see any of that. We just saw people that were really, and also like, even with, I don't think the girls were overly materialistic. I think people were just real people, and I appreciate that. Aromatic says, y'all see Tommy looking all head and shoulders sitting in that chair. That is hilarious. Oh, he did. All head and shoulders is Tommy. That is Tommy. That is hilarious in that chair, all like this. What are you looking forward to seeing next week?
Oh, y'all know what it is.
We know we want to see what's going on with Tay and Cisco.
Yeah, that's the big one. I really think that. I mean, I said what I said yesterday. Y'all can go back and look, but oh man, I could just see by his face, and I don't know. It's not gonna. We'll see. I don't know.
So I think the body language tonight.
That part
said everything I needed to know. I think that Kiara and Jay are together. I obviously, and now this is what I want to say about Cam. I think Cam is full of games. I do think that Rose was wrong in how she handled it. And I even think the way Sahara did what she did. But you know something? Sahara, there's something in her. Her instinct is not telling her wrong. She knows that he's not for real. And I hope she sticks to her instinct. No. Because she was like, I want you to say something. All these guys that want to WYD a woman to death and just sit there and say a little something. He wants to put in bare minimum work. Cam is not really is not ready to be in a relationship. So I hope that Sahara does not give in to the pressure of Tommy trying to say, you know, can y'all talk? Can y'all work this out? You blocked him because your intuition was telling you that he was on some BS. So keep him blocked.
I think she's on some. It's not. I mean, and here's the thing, and I say that for two reasons. The first reason is how she responded and how she came in, and she didn't hear him out. She didn't allow the process to naturally take place. And then when she didn't get her way, she, you know, the way she acted, the suck this and
yeah,
he dodged the bullet.
I think she dodged the bullet.
Because if she can't get her way through that, and this is a system. If you can't respect the system, then you don't have any patience.
I don't agree with none of that, Mo. I don't agree with that. The system does not. People pick before the last moment. People.
No, he didn't say he didn't like her.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that. I said people choose before the last moment. If 12 hours before you still don't know, and you still calling people and asking people, what should I do? Who should I pick? You ain't serious. And no, everybody who was serious about a person, it's apparent who they are going with. Now, it may not be apparent if they're going to leave with that person, but they're not entertaining 2 or 3 people. That is not appropriate.
That part I do get, and I respect that part. I'm just saying the part where, like, I keep going back to the cousin and the cousin's daughter, and I think he's like, am I making the same? I don't think it had anything to do with anybody else, because the whole time, even me, I'm like, why you like this woman?
But that's still a problem. A grown man should know what he wants to do.
Well, I keep hearing that from women that aren't men. So until a man gets on here and says that, I don't really value what y'all saying about that.
That's cool, but every other man who wanted a woman knew what he wanted.
No, but what I'm saying is he was faced with himself and how he moved. That's what I took. I took that. Am I repeating the same thing over and over again, or do I do something different? And I think that was more of the struggle than anything else. Yeah, do you know? I don't know if y'all have done it, but I've done it, and I had to ask myself, do I sit up there and people are telling me, and maybe I'm seeing something, or maybe I'm not seeing something that everyone else is saying, but I like her. And that's a tug of war within yourself. And for somebody to get up there, and I can see if we were making a decision today, but let the process roll out. Just like, okay, are you going to sit up there and I'll be like, well, when are we going to get married? You're going to propose to me? You're going to respect the process of the man getting down on his knee and proposing to you. So you've seen the show, respect it. That's it.
I don't think that's not. We could agree to disagree. I don't think that's not respecting the show, because again, every single guy that has picked a woman, they always know who they're going to pick. Because Tommy even says, all right, got to narrow this down. Got to get rid of these people. And Cam kept. The only reason Rose was gone was because Hussein stepped up and said, I don't want to do this.
He didn't want her. I mean, he wanted Poppy to hit. Even because when he saw Hussein talking to her when he was on the couch and they were on the counter, the only reason he said that was his ego talking. Because he's seen that energy go over there.
No, I'm talking about when they sent her home. The only reason that Cam ended up only with Angie and Sahara is because Hussein made it a deal breaker and sent Rose home. If not, he would have still been trying to figure out between all 3 of them. And that's what she said. She was like, Rose said that, if you remember, when he sent Rose home, she was like, you couldn't even figure out between the 3 of us. At least pick one and have me and the other one. That's another thing, that she was cocky. She just automatically assumed that she would be one in the final. But nobody wants a man that can't make up his mind.
Obviously, let's say he did pick her, he would have been right. At the end, she picked herself because she's not, and maybe he's not ready either.
He's not.
Definitely not.
I think the way her saying suck, it definitely proved that she was not a girlfriend material. But I also think that Cam is not either. And I feel like
I can go.
You know how she said that he tried to, holler at her afterwards, but she said that he wasn't doing enough. That's her intuition saying, leave him alone. He's not serious. He was probably talking to her little things and sleeping with Rose because he's trying to get all of it.
Asked you, was he sleeping with Rose before or after? You said after.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm talking about when he was reaching out to Sahara, but she blocked him. Remember, she said they tried to talk a little bit afterwards, and she felt like he wasn't coming on with it, and she blocked him. During that same time, he also has been dealing with Rose. He's still trying to play all the cards.
I mean, isn't this what we do until we figure out you want him to be uncertain and pick you, or you want him to be certain?
I want him to move on.
He came to the end, and he did pick you.
Yeah, I would, but I mean, if you can't figure it out, it's too late. Move on, sir.
Why wait to the end of the show then? You should have said that at the dinner, and he didn't give you an answer then. You shouldn't even walk your little tail out there.
No, I think she wanted to say Sahara had something to say. She wanted to say it. And I heard that she left with the box. I don't know what was in the box, but I guess she got the box. But this has been interesting. I am definitely looking forward to hearing why Tay and Cisco are not together. If Cisco has been booked for a Tyler Perry sitcom, and also what is going on with Jay and Kiara. And then I still feel like there's a lot to uncover with some of the other people, as well. Antoinette says y'all acting like Angie was still there. Angie was still there at the point that Cam never picked. He told Angie that the day before that he was not able to pick her.
He was on a date with Angie. That may have been his other dilemma. He finally did at the end, right?
Cam just wanted all the girls. He was trying to get as much as he could.
Listen, man. Hey.
And yes, we definitely need to hear from Deanna. I want to hear from Deanna tomorrow. I mean, next week. I bet Deanna hasn't learned anything either. I probably would be willing to bet that she is not rethought or reassessed any of her actions on the show either. But I do look forward to hearing from her because initially we liked her a lot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. We want to let you guys know on Tuesday, we're doing another exclusive conversation. We had a great time with Tay yesterday. And on Tuesday, we have our second interview, and we thought it would be only right to have a guy. So shouts out to one of our XO family members for setting this up. We will be talking with Naeem on Tuesday. So make sure that you come Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be here early with your questions. I'm looking forward to having him and hearing his perspective. We know that everybody, gave Naeem a hard time for having 5 kids, and we're gonna get into all that. But I did like him. I think he carried himself well. I think he just has a situation that is very niche. It's a very niche, so it's gonna take a very specific woman. But I also think that there are a lot of women that would be okay talking to Naeem.
Hey, trust me, the women that got 2 or 3 of their own will feel the same. He's gonna be all right. He sounds like a solid dude. Yeah,
I think so. We're looking forward to having him on. So you guys, please don't do that. Hey, you there? Don't do that, ma'am. Nobody wants that. That's not true. And I appreciate Tay for saying, children are a blessing. You may not want that many children. But I do think that there are some women that would be okay with it. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, and see what his experience was. Hopefully see if he's learned something. I just want somebody to take something from this situation and allow it to make them better.
The men will.
As much as I hate that, Philly has taught us that maybe Tay did. Tay.
My bad, Tay. Tay did.
Yeah, Tay did. Tay was great. We had a lot of good. She had a lot of good things to say. Well, I want to remind you guys that this weekend I will be attending the Soul Symphony tomorrow and the polo charity match on Sunday. I have just learned that the entire Love and Marriage Huntsville cast is planning to be there. So I will be taking video, taking pictures. Yes, sending secret photos to the YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed if you're new here, because this is more people than are usually hanging out with us on a Friday night. Make sure that you're subscribed, because I will have some intel. It's here in Atlanta, but let me tell you something. I know that Martell and Ariana are going to be there, but I also hear that the Scotts are going to be there and all the other cast members. So I want to see if everybody's interacting with Ariana. Like, are we all one big happy cast? What's happening?
Yeah, get us some footage.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some footage. I'll be on the side with the camera, like. Yeah. So you guys go ahead and like that. Make sure that you guys are here Tuesday for our conversation with Naeem. I think we're gonna have a positive conversation with him. Now we're gonna get into some other stuff later. We got some more folks coming.
What's coming? Oh, and check out Christal on Monday too, right? Yeah, Monday.
Yes, Monday at 8, and then I will be doing my Heart and Hustle review after that, because King's Court is over. But yeah, we will be doing the Heart and Hustle review for that. That show is getting good. It's been really a favorite. I got some tea on that because I know that Latoria celebrated her 16th year in the business, and that's crazy because I remember when she first started. So I'm there's lots to come for that. But you guys, let us know. We got to rate tonight's episode.
Okay, I'm glad you said it. I would give it a 7.2. No, because it got good at the end. I'm gonna give it an 8. I like the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Yeah, I liked it. I thought tonight's episode was good. I do think next week's is going to be better. I think there's still a lot to uncover. We need to hear. We need to get to the meat of it. But I do like the fact that they jump right into one of the issues with Angie first. I like the fact that Tommy didn't waste no time. They just went straight to it. And then I want to say this before I leave. I really don't, we talked about Rose, but it really bothered me to see a sister just kind of unraveling like that. And I really hope that she's able to see herself and, get herself together. Cause that was really, it really showed that she didn't have some sense of self issues, because she was determined to make everybody else there miserable. Even if it was other women, telling Angie that to get back at Cam, you also are hurting Angie, right? Like, she was willing to do whatever. The way she put Hussein out there, was willing to hurt and embarrass him. It really just showed what was inside of her, and it was really sad to see. I really hope that she's able to see that and realize that she's got to do better. And not that was a really bad display of immaturity and just ego and not authenticity, something that she's been trying to play like she is all season. So I hope she sees it, learns from it, and does something different, because that was hard to watch. It was.
Real quick before I forget, Tuesday Run That Back podcast is dropping the Purple Rain episode.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Purple Rain on Tuesday.
That'll be a good one. Purple Rain. That album changed the culture.
That part
totally changed the culture. I do want to say we talked a little bit about it. We'll talk a little bit more about it on Wednesday. I want to talk a little bit about the Cardi B situation because I did learn that she is still married to Offset. But the album is doing really well. So I don't know. When I see young sisters out here doing stuff, my heart goes out to them. So I want Cardi to get herself together. And this does not feel like, aside from her album doing well, this does not feel good. Mo does cover hip hop and all things music and R&B. So all things music, period. But R&B and hip hop on the Run That Back podcast on that channel. Make sure you guys check that out. But Yeah, sending love to Rose and hoping that she's able to learn from this mistake and learn from his actions, and hopefully other women are able to see themselves and change their actions as well. But we love you guys for watching. Make sure you like this on the way out. We look forward to hanging out with Naeem on Tuesday, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Stay tuned because tomorrow and Sunday I'll be dropping pictures and video from from the weekend. I love you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
See y'all. Be safe.